Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahushua. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called, I made an extremely difficult decision, and I trusted in the Lord to help me out, man. Let me say it again, man. The name of the word tonight is, I made an extremely difficult decision, and I trusted in the Lord to help me out, man. What I want to focus on first and foremost is what it says on the screen. It says, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. The next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. Okay, this is a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. And this quote definitely resonates with me. And in this word, we're going to talk about decisions, okay? In life, sometimes you have to make tough decisions, tough choices, man. And when you make those when you make those tough decisions, and when you make those tough choices, you have to live with them. Okay? Sometimes in life, man, you pick and choose in particular situations. And in those situations, you got to be willing to lose something. You got to be willing to sacrifice, man. And what I want to speak about tonight, without really going into my personal life, I made an extremely difficult decision, and I trusted in the Lord to help me out. I'm not going to really go into what difficult decision I made. It's personal. We are an open book at Yahushua the Truth, Milwaukee the Truth. We are an open book for the most part. But sometimes, even in our personal lives, we're an open book. But in some instances, it's just certain things we keep private. Okay. And what I am willing to share with you is I made an extremely difficult decision, and trusting in the Lord was able to help me out, man. If anybody is watching this word, man, and you going through a situation where you have a tough choice to make, or an extremely difficult decision regarding a particular matter, according to the scriptures, man, trust in the Lord, man, and you're going to be just fine. And that's what I was able to do. And to kick this word off, man, we're going to come to you in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, and it says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. That's cold, man. Now, when you really analyze Proverbs 3 and 5, with everything that you do in your life, especially if you're a spiritual person, man, you trust in Yahweh, okay, and lean not on your own understanding, man. Because if you emotional, you might, do the wrong thing. You might make the wrong decision. And on the screen, it tells you, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. And it says the next best thing is the wrong thing. And the point pertaining to lean not unto thy own understanding is the third part, when it says, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. You see? When you really look at this scripture in Proverbs 3, verse 5, what's the first thing it says? It says trust, okay? Trust. In other words, man, you are to have confidence. Okay. You are to be bold. You are to lie helpless with readiness and obedience. Okay. In the Lord. In all, with all thy heart. You see that? So when you trust in the Lord, you gotta have confidence in the Lord. You gotta be bold. Okay, you have to lie helplessly with readiness and obedience, man, pertaining, excuse me, y'all, pertaining to trusting in the Lord with all thy heart. And then it says what? Lean not. Okay? In other words, rely not. Okay? Support oneself not. All right? Into thy own understanding, into thy own intelligence, thy own knowledge, thy own discernment, thy own wisdom, man. Nah, man. You don't want to do that. Because if you trust in the Lord, you ain't got to lean on your own understanding. It won't be necessary because the Lord got you. What's the name of the lesson? I made an extremely difficult decision and I trusted in the Lord to help me out. And Proverbs 3:5 was really all I needed, man. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding, man. So when it comes to worries, when it comes to dangers, when it comes to life and spiritual affairs, put it in the Lord's hands, man. And at the same time, lean not on thy own understanding. In other words, humble yourself and deviate from being proud. Why? Because only a fool leans on his own knowledge, man. And we're going to prove it in Proverbs 28:26. What do it say? He that trusted in his own heart is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered, man. You see that? So only a fool trusts in his own heart. And if you got that mentality, man, guess what you're going to do, man? You're going to do the wrong thing. You see? In a moment of decision, according to the quote by Theodore Roosevelt, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. And that resonates with me more than anything else pertaining to this particular quote. Because in a moment, I had to make a decision, an extremely difficult decision, man. And the best thing that I did was the right thing to do, and that was to lean on the Lord, man. And it all came together. You see? So let me just say it to you like this, man. In life, like I said before, man, and sometimes in life, you have to make tough decisions, tough choices, man. Those tough decisions and tough choices could be relating to your family, could be relating to your job, your career, your spouse. Life. With life comes many, many, many scenarios, many, many, many situations, man. And in a moment, and sometimes in life, you have to make a tough decision. Sometimes you gotta let something go. You gotta pick and choose in particular situations. It may be a situation where you have to lean towards one person and lean not towards the other person, or, you just have a situation. I mean, I think you understand what I mean. I don't really have to paint a particular picture for you to understand what I mean. When it comes to time in life, you have to make tough decisions. I mean, it's people that's dying in the hospital, and it becomes a tough decision when the family, whoever is the power of attorney, of a person that's critically ill or severely ill is usually a spokesperson for the family that has to make that decision if this victim, needs to be, gets the approval to be resuscitated, or they have to be the one that make the decision. Do you pull the plug? That's a tough decision, man. When it comes to your children, sometimes you have a tough decision to make, whether let them learn on their own, tough love, or you help them along the way. Even in marriages, man, sometimes you have to make tough decisions, man. Decisions that's extremely tough, man, and you have to make these decisions, and like I said, I'm a little torn this evening because I made a tough decision, which was the right decision. It says, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. And I believe sincerely through my heart, man, I did the right thing. In the moment of decision, I did what was best. And I just want to bring you this word so you sincere brothers and sisters out there can understand, man, that in life, okay, sometimes you have to make tough decisions, tough choices, and you have to live with those decisions and choices that you make, man. And again, as we get ready to close out the word, what's the name of the lesson, man? I made an extremely difficult decision, and I trusted in the Lord to help me out, man. And the quote by Theodore Roosevelt says it best. It says, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. The next best thing is the wrong thing. And the worst thing you can do is nothing, man. That's cold, man. That's cold-blooded, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua. Shalom.